How's it going, everybody? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. So did daylight savings screw everybody up a little bit? It really is just 11 o'clock for me. But I know some parts of the world, they did daylight savings last week or the week before or something like that. And of course, at least Henry here in Tucson, Arizona, he doesn't do it at all. Probably the smartest of the whole world. Anyways, we're now on the right kind of daylight savings, or the right kind of time, whatever you want to call it. And here we are. Anyways, 11 a.m. Happy Sunday morning to you. Javier, I like your little pixelated dude. Looks like the guy from Pitfall from Atari, or maybe one of those old TSR D&D games. That looks pretty cool. Yes, it's 10 in LA. That's right. That's right. Okay, Worm, you changed your name. Instead of C#, now it's Home Assistant and LED. Nice. Does that mean we've changed your main focus, your main hobbies? All right. How's it going, everybody? Good. Sweden's here, UK, Portugal. Man, you guys are awesome. Happy Sunday. Didn't screw up your home automation. Oh, Joshua, that's amazing. At least not yet. Maybe soon, right? Maybe soon. Mike 47, how's it going? Oh, man. Well, fellas, as usual, I spent a lot of time thinking this week. You probably saw the smoke. That's an old joke. Sorry, it's a dad joke. But I've been doing a lot of thinking, and we're gonna do lots of answering people's LED questions. I think I've done a pretty good thing recently with the flow charts. Did you see the flow charts that I put out to try and help people troubleshoot? If I don't say so myself, I think it's reasonably easy to follow and captures most things. Probably some things I missed, but captures most things that people come to me or to others with as far as problems go. So if you haven't seen that, you can find it on Discord. Actually, if we just go to Discord, here, whoop, and anywhere in Discord, if you just do, I think it's exclamation point and then LED trouble, you get one of them. That's this guy. This is what happens if your LEDs don't come on. You can walk through this. And if anybody's having problems today, if you guys want to, we can walk through this. In fact, I still have a whole lot of returned boards that I think it would be good to troubleshoot, see if they really are broken. A lot of times they're not broken. It's just somebody didn't understand how to use it. And then in the communication with me or others trying to get them how to use it, or to teach them how to use it, we miss a step or we miss something. It's really hard when you're trying to type back and forth and you don't always catch everything. And we end up, somebody returning something that was perfectly useful. Anyways, and the other flow chart is flicker, LED flicker. And this one tells you what to do if they're flickering. And both of them, they include some links. Actually, the links are on the actual drawing that I did in Google, so it's not really clickable from the image here. These are just a JPEG, so it's not really clickable. But anyway, it should be helpful to follow along, right? Blue smoke time. Let's do it. Let's burn some things. Is there a way to get IQI in ZHA using Combi 2? What's IQI? Mr. Fixers, what is IQI? I do not know this thing of which you speaketh. What is this thing of which you speaketh? But in my thinking this week, and one of the things I wanted to talk about today is I want to do a little brainstorming with y'all about some different projects. What else can we do with LEDs? We've gone around the house. There's all the pixel heads and all their awesome displays and their props, where they got matrices and mega trees and jumping loops and go around your windows or whatever. What else can we do? I've seen some cool things like the cloud. People have a cloud hanging like in their kid's room and they put some LEDs and it's just cotton with some LEDs in it. Those are pretty cool. I saw one the other day that I thought looked kind of neat. I wasn't quite sure what I could do with it, but they took like glue sticks and they put the glue sticks on top of the LEDs and made like a diffuser because it kind of shines up through there. That would be cool. Found a way to get Dolby Vision with Hyperion. Did you really? Oh, for Dolby Vision. Whoa. How does that work? Share some links or something. Make a big LED sign. Yep. That would be good. Hi, everyone. Sunday stream starts to become a nice constant around here. I try, Vortex. I sure try. Next weekend, we'll be up at the Hobbit House, hopefully, if all things go well. So I will stream up there, but it's a different time because we have to go to church a different time up there. It's expansive. Oh, boy. It's expansive. I'm not sure I'm ready for expansive. By expansive, you mean expensive? Go Bills. Are they winning right now? M. Joan, are they winning? Missed me? Aw, thanks. Not thinking tinker. I like that. Hello, this weekend I used your videos and flashed my first Node MCU in 8266 for wLED preparation for Christmas. Thanks. You're welcome. So I was just before I turned this on, I spent about an hour filming for an update of that video, probably the one that Steve Borman was referring to and had been following. And the whole process that you went through, Steve, the thing about the Node MCU and flashing and all that stuff is still good. But I thought, I need to update that video and let people know how much easier it can be now if you can just get one of these pre-assembled controllers, if we can keep any of them in stock. Because I think that I was watching that video for the first time in a long time, and I was trying to see it as someone who is doing this brand new. And when I got to that part about the controllers and the flashing and stuff, that was when I thought, oh, this is going to just glaze over a lot of people's eyes, right? So, and the nice part is now a lot of that's not necessary. We've got the DrZzs and the quads and everything, and it makes it so much easier. You can just get it, plug it in, and go. But I still need to, and there is information out there. There's videos out there, but that video for some reason seems to have really captured the algorithm in YouTube or whatever and spread like crazy. So I need to link an update to it so people will get the updated information more often. Because I don't think a lot of people that watch that video are seeing some of the other stuff that's newer. A lot of it happens on the stream, my stream or Quindor's streams or his videos. So if you're not watching those regularly, then yeah, you're going to miss it. So anyways, that's what I was working on right before this. Talk to the Discover guys to do a show where you make Christmas lights for a new house every week. Oh, that would be awesome. Ofer, I would love doing that. I would love going around and just doing lights for people and filming it all the time. I don't know if I'm that entertaining, but if I could make the same kind of living doing what I'm doing, I would do it. Going to be removing my old lights from my fake tree and putting a DrZz and lights in place. Let the debate begin over fake versus real. So, Michael, I put pixels on our Christmas tree with an Uno. I did that. In fact, I think I've done it. This will be the third year that I've put some sort of pixels and controller and stuff on the Christmas tree. Those fairy lights are really good for that. And speaking of new different kinds of LED control or LED projects, one of the things I want to do, I think I can share a picture here. One of the things I want to do is I want to put some lights under one of my under the stairs. Let's see if I can get this thing to project to you. You know how well this works usually, right? Oh no, skip this version. I'm running 144 and it's 1.5. Remind me later. I think I hit that last week too. So I want to show you. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Yes. Okay, good. Perfect. There it is. So this is our backyard, right? This is our backyard. And I currently have, pixels along the top up there. Pay no attention to this, but I currently have pixels along the top up there and kind of under here and over here and over here. But this is where I would do my display. I do actually have some pixels in the tree. Thank you very much. Oh, UK Heli Pilot. How you doing, brother? Thanks for being here. But what I want to do, and I actually have a thing underneath the bar here for the deck. But what I want to put is those pixie lights, those fairy lights under here. Do you know what I'm talking about? Fairy lights, pixie lights? These guys. I know you've seen these probably before. But these They are WS2812, so they're full RGB lights. They're really low power because they're really small, and they're actually IP67. So you should be able to get them wet. So what I want to do, and I think I'm going to do this later on this afternoon, is to go out there where the deck is and up underneath the lip of the deck there. Let's see if I can zoom in with my phone here. Yeah. Up underneath the lip of the deck right here, underneath the lip of the step, I want to hot glue a bunch of these under there so that they glow down, but you can't see them at all. What do you think? Is that going to be pretty cool? I hope so. I hope so. All right, I think I'm done with this now. I don't remember how to close this. Oh, there it goes. Boom. Okay. Yo, Tech Turtle, what's up, brother? Is anyone working a calendar option for wLED, or is there a way to do something with if this, then that? Good question, Michael. Yeah, what is going on with that, guys? I know that the wLED does have the macro stuff, right? So you can do that. Oops. But that does give you a timer, but it doesn't give you a calendar. And I know Air Cookie was talking about doing a calendar option at some point, but I don't know what the current status is of that. Does anybody know? We could go and see. We could go look and see if there's anything on. Like maybe it's in the what do you call it? The beta. The beta. Rodney, what have you stumbled upon? Rodney, you have stumbled upon a channel full of LED stuff. I guess that's it. We do LED projects. So, putting up lights around your house and making them do all the fancy colors and stuff. And home automation stuff. So, and all DIY stuff. So if it's DIY, if it's cool, crazy maker electronics project, or not even electronics, you can do other whatever. That's what we do. But most of what we do, especially this time of year, is all about LEDs and LED projects. Welcome, Rodney. We do squirrel around a little bit, have a few other topics come up from time to time. Rebot is sure that's a job for Node Red. Yeah. Ditched if this then that. So what I'm wondering here is, for Michael, you probably don't use Home Assistant, right? Because Home Assistant or Node Red, something like that, that's pretty easy. A long time ago when I set up my music dancing LEDs, nice, fast facts, that's awesome. There is wLED is so good, and there is an audio reactive version of wLED as well, which I use. I actually have one controller that is set up with the audio reactive version, and you get a lot of different effects available. And as you see, a lot more sliders compared to normal wLED. And this is really great. This is just somebody added this, and then you put a microphone on the board, and away you go. All right. Michael, is that Michael Leonard? Michael Leonard. Yeah, Michael Leonard. How's it going? Glad you finally caught it. Welcome. Actually tried to, but I was never able to get it to work the way I wanted. Oh, really? Oh, well, wLED. So you probably used LEDFX. So if I recall, LEDFX, it had to have a separate microphone, right? It had to listen somewhere else. So you play music, but it had to get the audio from something else, like your computer or something. With this version of wLED, the audio reactive version of wLED, you can put a microphone on the device itself. So the DigUno or whatever else you're using, if it's just a Node MCU, works as well. You just need a little microphone. I actually have a bunch of little microphones. We talked about which ones they are. Max 9944, something like that. Max 9744. This is probably the microphone. Amplifier. No, it's not an amplifier. Max microphone. Somebody's already probably put it in the chat. No. There's a few of them that work. Arduino microphone. The best ones, in my opinion, are the ones that are the 3-wire ones. They just work real well. They're easy. So something like, I hate going to eBay for something like that. Ugh, Amazon's probably worse and charge you $1 million. Which one is this? Yeah. Not what I'm looking for. Not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for these. The ones I use are these little purple ones right here. These little, nope. That one right there. Let's see. Yeah, this is it, but it doesn't say what the, I could look at it. Thing over there, but it's basically that. It's a little microphone like this. Oh yeah, Max 44, there it is, Max 4466. Max 4466. There are others that work, but that one just seems to work pretty well for me. And it's just simple because it's just the 3 wires and you're done. Right? So if you can wait for them, AliExpress has them. I actually have a bunch of them. I just haven't listed them on the website. Audio Reactive will only work on the ESP32. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Model Man Mark. That makes sense. That makes sense. I'm not surprised. Thank you for that. Does a wLED or anything else work with tunable white and or RGB plus tunable white? I don't know about tunable white. It definitely works with white. Like you can use wLED with the 6812 lights. If you go to LED preferences now, you can choose which kind of light you have. So, I mean, PWM, WWCW, PWM white. I know 6812s are RGBW. I don't know if some of these are the ones you're talking about that are tunable white, maybe. I've certainly tested out and played with the with the 6812s, but I think the 6812s, it's not like a tunable white. I think it comes with a specific white, whether you get it hot or cold or whatever. And if you have Home Assistant, then Michael Leonard, no. So I'm still going back to who was it? You're on Smart Things, Michael Ray. Yeah. So you can do, if you haven't played with it yet, in wLED, in the macros, down here, you can do things to manage it turning on and off, but it's really just for days of the week. And these, you can turn some on and some off. So if you have different presets, you put which preset you want to come on here. This is, and for what I did was I made one preset that is just to turn it off. That's number 2. So that every day, no matter what's going on at 10 o'clock, so which is at, the hour 22, 0 minutes, it will run preset 2, which turns it off. So then I can put whatever I want. There's only room for one at sunset or sunrise, but you can set the different times and the different effects and different days of the week, but it doesn't do days of the year, which is still what we're waiting for. I wish I could work on LED projects today, but I'm trying to keep my toddler from putting himself in mortal danger. How do I do projects with all those kids? How do I do projects with all those kids? I don't worry about mortal danger. I try, you can't really do it with a toddler, that's for sure. I try and involve the kids now that they're a little bigger. But no, it's hard. It's hard. But enjoy your toddler days while you got them. You can do projects later after they're grown up. There'll be time. Irony works on ESP32 Node MCU. What's Irony, Jacob? Hello, Blaine from Texas. How's it going? General One Shot, hey, from Germany. How's it going? Love the videos. Thank you. Just tinkering with SR wLED. Oh, yeah, Sound Reactive. Recreate NanoLeaf lines. Nice, nice. Yeah, we were just talking about it. Sound Reactive right here. Some of my favorites are like, is it Noise Meter? Well, there's a few that are really cool. You could probably see the lights flashing on my face, right? Yeah, there's some that are really cool. I think it was Noise Move. Yeah, Noise Move is one I like a lot. I like to just leave it on. But then you got to pick a palette. Because right now, the noise move just does the whatever color. The frequency ones are good because they change the color based on the frequency, but it needs to be a little bit louder. Anyways, frequency map maybe. Yeah, so it's all just going by my default color. I thought there was one that was doing Roctives. I don't know. Anyways, it's fun to play with. You could sit and play with it for hours. Just play with the get your sound reactive wLED thing going, and then just start playing with your lights. I spend way too much time doing exactly that. Just sitting here at my desk, watching things blink at me. Have I played around with adding sensors to the Quinn LED? I've looked, but assume wLED has sensor support. wLED has the microphone support. What other support do they have? Let's see. Let's look and see. I don't remember right now what it has, so we can peek at it real quick. Not going to be time macros. Probably going to be under LED preferences. I don't know if it has things. I know it's got buttons, and I know you can do a relay. So here you go. These are a couple things you can do. So you can set up a button, right? So you press a button. So this just, you specify what pin you want the button set up, what pin you want the button connected to, and then when you press that button, it will do whatever buttons do, and you can set that in on the macro screen, I think, where you can set a short press, long press, double press, or something like that. And that's pretty nice, because then you can do turn on, turn off, cycle through different presets and stuff. You can set it up so that it will receive an IR signal, so from infrared remote. Those are nice, because, well, if you use those, I don't, but most people, most people will use it with their phone, but sometimes if you want to use an infrared controller, you can. And then you can set up a relay pin. I don't think that it has like a temperature sensor by default in here. I know the Unos and Quads have a location for a temperature sensor, but I don't know what you have to do in wLED to get it to work. I'm sure there are some. You get that cope running yet? It's running. It's running. It's just there, sitting there. Did you see what I wanted to do, Tech Turtle? Yeah, you saw. I want to, in fact, I may do it this afternoon. It's been on my mind, so I better get it done. I want to put those LEDs under the stairs in the back, and then I've got a bunch of, like I made a matrix just for testing, so it's got like 800 pixels, and I want to put it in the tree. Just put it in my tree that's out there, so I can have a lot of stuff in the tree. ESP32 got you messed up, Jacob? Oh, I'm sorry, dude. Mixing both my first year's full-on display. Always think hardwire is best if possible. Yeah, that's the truth. That's definitely true. Hardwired is the best if possible. I actually have been using... I just turned on those lights. I need to turn off these lights. I've been using kind of some of all three, actually, because I was just filming with this, so I had these out here on the desk. Do I have just one of these right now running? I think I just have one of these that's Ethernet. These have been my new fave. Because they seem to be a bit more, well, quite a bit more reliable Wi-Fi connection than this old one. Like my main one out front. See, man, this one gave me so much trouble. Oops, can't see it. This one gave me so much trouble before. It's in the same location. This is my original location. Like if you watch the old video from like 2017, when I put the box up on the house and put everything outside, this is the same location where that was. But now it's got one of these. It's got one of these external antenna ones, and it's so much more reliable. It always gave me a bit of trouble with the Wi-Fi connection out there. ESP32 board, but can't get it to flash. Oh, can't get it to flash, Jacob. Some of them you might have to hold down. Do you have to hold down the button maybe or anything? Is it being recognized by your flasher? Steve? Steve will do, unless you're asking somebody else. 2-node MCUs hardwired, and it's just a lot cheaper than the Falcon boards. Oh, is that Steve? Steve Van Russell? Fixing both of my first years. Oh. Hardwired. You did Node MCUs hardwired? A lot cheaper than the Falcon boards, yeah. Node MCUs connect to the Pi wirelessly. Alan, I saw that video. Requires, oh, it says requires Python? Oh. I don't know. I guess it does. I've never, that's weird. Are you using Windows 10? Did we talk about this, Jacob? Were you on Discord or something? Were we talking to you about trying to get this to work? I can't remember. Once you start messing with your Python installation on your computer, things get a little bit hairy. What are you trying to flash with? Are you trying to do espHome or something? Would like to have 3 LED strips is used for home notifications. Yes. Front door open, turn on LED 1. It's trash day, turn on LED 2. Leak flash. Yeah, that's good, Steve. Oh, so any ideas for how to do that? Oh man, there's several ideas for how to do that. So, probably the easiest. Are you using Home Assistant? Steve, are you using Home Assistant? If you're using a Home Assistant, then probably the easiest thing to do is to do espHome. Because espHome will do, still messed up. espHome will do some lights. You can connect some lights. Sorry for the super bright light. Bling, bling. Let's do flashy unicorns. Anna Miller, how are you? Thanks for being here. This one. Oops, that's wrong. Edit. Okay, so this one has a light component. So if you've never used espHome, I wish you could make a Home Assistant screen look that good. Oh, we can show you how to classify it. It's easy, man. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. Just got to play around a little bit. I don't know that who's got the best videos for that kind of stuff anymore these days. It's not me anymore. Steve, you have Home Assistant? Good. Okay, have you used espHome? Because if you have, then this part should be pretty good for you. So what you can do, if you make an espHome, you can connect your lights to whatever it is you're using, Node MCU, D1 Mini, whatever. In this case, it's actually a Olimex PoE that I'm using. But you connect up your lights to whichever pin. You go through the platform, the light platform, and then this will create a light in Home Assistant. It will create a light entity in Home Assistant, and then it's as easy as just making an automation that says, front door's open, turn, this light, this color. So now this is just the light right here. DrZzs is the dragon over here. Right now his eyes are blue. Now his eyes are red. So it's a matter, and there are some effects. Now this is not wLED. So there are some effects here that you can use, but that's not quite as, not quite as good as, the Node MCU. Sorry, I'm getting a text about work. They're cool. So anyways, that if you, because you don't need all of wLED if all you're going to do is turn on a light when the, certain color when the doors open or whatever. But, thinking back to kind of my topic for today, I'm going to get out my notebook. I'm going to get out my notebook here and take some notes. Use Dawson's pen. Dawson was doing woodworking class, so he got me now I have a bunch of like wooden lathe pens, which I think is awesome. He's a superstar. But creative new ways to do things with LEDs. So I like that idea. So it's sort of an LED indicator, right? An indicator light. So you put it in a place and it comes on. The link, hey Marlon, which antenna, man? Oh, which antenna? This one down here? That's on, you can get those on my website, if that's what you're looking for. It's funny, Dr. Aiden. Do I know Marlon, do I know you? Where are you? Are you at work? Do I know you from work? The channel Awesome Open Source has a recent series on Lovelace. Oh, nice. Home Assistant also has wLED plugin, no programming required. That's true, Johnny. That's true. So if you did, you could do that too. Actually, yeah, that's probably, I was thinking initially you don't need everything that wLED can do, and you don't, but it might be the easiest way to get a multicolored strip of LEDs as a switch in Home Assistant. You're at home. How do I know you? Marlon, I don't recognize your name. But we work together, huh? Are you just working tomorrow? Basic indoor room. Oh man, am I off tomorrow? I didn't know I was off tomorrow. From here. Oh, okay. Talking faces. Oh man, I don't know how to do talking faces. You'd have to talk to the pixel heads about that. But that would be fun to learn. So what other things can we do? Let's get real creative. The cloud, as far as wLED or as far as LED projects, you can put those lights in the clouds. We've done, stairs are a thing that people do. I want to try this thing with the glue sticks. I think you can make kind of a cool, I want it to kind of look like a crystal, maybe. Oh, and that reminded me, this is what made me think of it too. Part of what made me think of it is, somebody wanted to know where they get the antenna, the external antenna ones. So we're gonna have more in stock real soon. Like in the next week or so, I should have quads of all different types. But I still have. I'm so sorry about these ads. I thought I clicked the button that said to get rid of them, and they're not going away. So the external antenna versions, if you go here, we still have some of the external antenna versions like that you can get. And I still have these others, the Ethernet versions. And the Ethernet versions actually, and this goes for the Unos too. Everybody says we're out of stock, and we are out of stock for Unos for most kinds, but we do still have Ethernet versions. And the Ethernet version does have a Wi-Fi underneath here. And if you don't use the Ethernet, you can still use the Wi-Fi. So they are there. We do have some. Anyways, that was somebody was asking, right? Marlon was asking. So I'll give Marlon this link real quick. Okay. There you go. Tech Turtle says, Discord channel will help you out with the singing pixels. And I think if you do, can we do pixel heads in here? I hope so. No, that didn't work. What if it's tilde pixel heads? No. Under cabinet lighting? Under cabinet lighting is a good idea too, yeah. Under cabinet lighting. What else? Oh, that's what I was started to say. So I started to say we were at a show last night. The wife and I went to a show and a play, and they had these torches, and what they actually looked like they were using was like cheesecloth. You know what I mean with cheesecloth, like that real thin, meshy looking stuff. Or you could probably even use gauze, like a gauze that's kind of stretched apart. And then it looked like what they did was they did that paper mache thing where you take like some Elmer's glue, maybe water it down a little bit, and then stick the gauze in it, and then let it dry, like hang it funny and let it dry. And then once it dries, turn it upside down, and then you put LEDs inside of it, and the LEDs were like flickering like fire, but it had the shape of a flame. So that was kind of cool. So I'm going to say gauze torch. What else? There's got to be some other things we're missing. Is it possible to run code written from Arduino on a DigUno? Yeah, Ravi, yeah. It's an ESP. The Unos and quads now are all ESP32. And so an ESP32 can run an Arduino sketch. Absolutely. In fact, that's what wLED is at its core. What about using an audio sensor to react to an alarm? Very nice. For instance, Wise cams have an alarm. It would be something to have your lights react to the alarm. Oh, that's a good idea. I wonder, yeah, you could do that. And there's probably a way. When you look at the audio reactive stuff here, all of these sliders, and you can't really see what they are in this particular display, you know, the way it's displayed here. I wonder if we just went to, if I shrunk it down from PC mode and we just went to effects. No, you still can't really see what it is. But if you go to the reactive, oh yeah, here it is. Well, all it says is custom 1, custom 2, custom 3, but these 3 sliders vary the sensitivity and gain, and I don't remember what else. I'm not as versed in those variables, but for the microphone. But basically, you can change how it reacts and to certain sounds or to certain volumes or maybe frequencies. I don't know. But if you could make it so that it would only react to the sound of that alarm, that would be pretty cool. You can make it so it only it only reacts to the sounds of your screaming or the dog barking. What about using X-Lights tutorials? Oh yes, because Steve is awesome. And the free weekend building light sequence from RGB sequences will give you a good starting point. Awesome. What else can we do? I mean, there's matrices, but you got to kind of hide them. I'm just thinking about like around the house. There's the mirrors, right? The infinity mirrors. And there's lots of different things like that. Those cubes look pretty cool. Like an infinity cube. What else? Hey, Romeo. Sent the email a little over a week ago. Not sure if you got it or not. The whole ordered the external antenna, but received the built-in. Oh, did I not respond? Well, yep, Romeo, we need to fix that for you. We do need to fix that for you. I don't know how I missed that. Let's see. How do I best find you, Romeo? Because I will fix that for you. We had quite a batch of those go out, unfortunately. Large batch. And you probably don't want to put your email here for me to find you, but yeah, let's get you fixed up. Give me your order number at least. Give me your order number, Romeo. That'll help me. If you give me your order number, that won't reveal any information, and then I can make a note and we can get it sorted out. This is the link to the X-Lights share Google Drive and the X-Lights around the world. Yes. One of these days, guys. And that's why I'm gonna put these lights under the stairs. I gotta do something on the back. Put the lights in the tree. You know, I could do a little bit of stuff. Second question. What would be the easiest way to mount it to something? To mount the controller? Easiest way to mount the controller to something? What do you guys use for mounting your controllers? Studying electrical installations in the UK in college. What programming language do you recommend to learn for smart home knowledge? Probably C++, right? Guys, what do you think? Probably still Arduino. Anything that you can do with an Arduino. That right now, ESP devices are they're the smart home. They're the backbone of the smart home these days. And oh, did I reply to your Twitter, Alan? Good. So let's see. Oh, behind the TV, yes. Oh my gosh, am I squirreling like crazy today or what? It's because I'm listening to everybody behind the TV. Yep, that's a good one. Okay. Python, C++, PHP. There you go. Thank you, Tech Turtle. Those are good. Command strips. Oh, that's a good idea. 3D printed bracket. Good. Chris, how's it going, man? How's it going? Did you get everything worked out? Get all your stuff going? I've used little boxes too. You can find at the dollar store. Soap dishes or sometimes little Tupperware boxes work. Definitely the real thick double-sided tape like the This kind of stuff is really good for sticking lots of things to lots of things. Okay, Romeo, I'm going to grab your order number, and I'm going to go to my orders page here, and I'm just going to make a note on your order, okay? Sorry about that. I don't know how I didn't get your email. I know I've handled probably at least a dozen of these issues. So, Lewis. Boy, that was a long time ago. Got the external. Yep. Okay. I'm going to set this to on hold, and I'm going to make a note that says got onboard ordered external. Okay. Add that. Update that. All right. We'll get you worked out. I'll send you an email, Romeo, and we'll get it worked out. Lots of emails, so it's all good. I do get a few, but I'd really try and not ignore anybody. Certainly not on purpose. Have you made an updated video for the new DrZz boards with Ethernet? I have not made really much of an update video, but I'm happy to go through some of it now, Colbert, if you want to know about it. You have one, and you want to know how it works? Really? Raspberry Pi 3s are sold out everywhere? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. That is sad. I bet you could get some from a tanker truck or tanker ship off the coast of California. Gosh. eBay? Did you try eBay? Maybe? Used ones? I have some used ones I'm not using, but I'm really ready to get rid of them. The Zero works. Yeah, the Zero works. Zero also works. My DigQuad Ethernet port's not working. Oh boy, John, let's sort it. Let's sort that out. Let us sort it out, because we can do that. All right, let's sort out what might be going wrong with your Ethernet port, because that's what it's all about. So tell me what is going on with your Ethernet port first. Is it, are you just not getting flashing lights on the Ethernet port? I have had one that was just plain old bad. So hopefully that's not the case for you guys. I have had one person who he actually brought it to the house. Fortunately, it was somebody that was local. He brought it to the house, and I plugged it in right away and was like, nope, this thing's bad. This thing is broke out of the box or whatever. It's no good. So, all right. Oh, let's make sure we're not going to fry this thing. Make sure we're not going to blow anything up today. Not until we mean to, at least. Not going to blow it up until we mean to. It worked fine for a week, and then it just stopped working. Not recognized by the router. Uh-oh. Did you update or anything? Nothing else changed? DigQuads this week, Jim. I expect to get notice that they are on their way this week. I hope. Any more of the data boosters? I actually have some. Oh, John, are you a Michigan game? I see your hat kind of in there. I do have some data boosters. I just have to see how many I have, and then I can list them for sale. And I am going to get like 500 or 600 of them with the quads that come in. What do you want to be written when sending the word pixel heads to Nightbot? A link. Thank you, Yona. A link to the LED channel in Discord. So, if you go, you know where that is. Oh, thank you, Tech Turtle. If you go here and go to DIY, create an invite, this thing, make it last forever, never expires. This one. Put that in there, Yona. Hopefully that'll work. No updates, no changes. It was running my permanent installs. Had to switch to Wi-Fi. Dang it. Okay. Well, I mean, maybe it just died, I guess. No updates, no changes. It was running. And so the network's not recognizing. Could it have changed IP addresses? Are the lights still flashing on the input side here? So a couple things I was going to show you, but it sounds like you already got those things. You already got those things working. Oh. Okay. When you plug this guy in, sometimes you don't get the flashy lights under here if it's either not got wLED that's ready for the Ethernet, or in wLED it is set on the wrong type of board. So when you go into wLED, and this one is an Ethernet one here. This one is Ethernet. So let's go to the config and LED preferences, I believe. Nope. Hardware. That's not it. Security and updates, maybe? No. Where is it? Interface? Nope. Sync? Nope. Wi-Fi setup. Oh, that's probably where it is. Yeah. So down here, Ethernet type. Ethernet type, you have to have the right one here. So Calbert, show the initial setup. So when you first plug it in, you shouldn't have to do anything. So the initial setup would really just be plug in the power and plug in the Ethernet, because these should all come ready to go. So you don't need to do any flashing. Ethernet doesn't say which way it goes, so maybe it's backwards. Okay, it could be. I think if the Ethernet, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, you're right. It could be backwards. So if you took this isn't John's problem, but this definitely needs to, oh, perfect, Yona. This definitely needs to be facing the correct way. So this is the correct way. So there is your picture. The cable goes in on the side where the fuse is and the power input is. Okay. I want to see, Calbert, what can I walk through? My wLED is working, but had a problem connecting to my new TV. Don't know. wLED working, connecting to your TV. How are you connecting it to your TV? Works with the old TV, but not the new TV? I don't know. How do you have it connected to your TV? You mean like Hyperion kind of stuff, or like LEDs, backlit LED stuff? So John, it may just be, it certainly may be that your upper Ethernet port here is broken. So send me an email and we can see if we can sort it out. And if not, I can send you a new one if it's broken. I can certainly send you one to test, but I'd like to try and figure it out before. Sorry if that's painful. Just getting started. No worries, Calbert. No worries. So you shouldn't need to do anything. In fact, if you've messed with it a little, then maybe you do need to change some things. But generally, these now like ready to go. Your HDMI interface is not working. Okay. So you got a new TV and the HDMI. So give us some more information. So you're using Hyperion and HDMI, and now it's not working, and something changed. So the output. So you're getting output from the parts up until the TV are the same. Are they? I'm assuming that whatever you were capturing from, like if it was a Roku or something, you're still capturing from the same thing, and then it's going through the same splitter or whatever sort of capture card you have. and then it's going to the LEDs on the TV, and you just changed the TV and now it's not working? That really, I could understand why that would be confusing, because that shouldn't have changed anything. Thank you very much, Jim, for giving him help there. Been a while since I caught a live stream. How you doing, Untidy Tech? Will do. I'll pull it, reseat the Ethernet board, and retest. Local-ish. Oh, Davis County. Could possibly pick it up. Oh, sweet. Okay, great. Yeah, and we head up that way. We'll head up that way next week. Keaton's here. Hey, Keaton. Man, Keaton, I'm still struggling, brother. But hey, we love you. I'm still struggling. Bo Wentz. How's it going, Bo? From North Carolina. You guys pulled off a nice win yesterday, huh? Beat Wake Forest. That was fun. Yeah, John, and if anything, you know what you could do if you're down this way, because we're north end of Utah County. It's probably kind of far, but if you're in Salt Lake and you want to take a detour, bring it to the house and we'll test it out. I'll sit right here with you and we'll test it out. That was actually the one way that I found one of these that wasn't working in the past, but if one of them's not working, then there's probably more, right? Is HDMI 2.1 backwards compatible? New TV probably shipped with 2.1. Oh gosh, Vortex, I don't even know what that is. Oh gosh. Bought the Ethernet one because it's all that was available. Can I still use Wi-Fi? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can, Calbert. Yes, you can. So, if you do use if you want to use it that way, all you got to do, in fact, you could take this off the top. Oops. Let's turn it off. So you can just use Wi-Fi with this. Okay. So if I just turn this on, I should be able to find the Wi-Fi network and connect to it. All right. Let's see if we can do this. Screen mirroring. Let's do this thing again. Give me a minute. Hold, please. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay. Great. I know you can't see it, but I'm not doing anything important yet. Anyways. All right. So now power this guy up without anything on here. And I should be able to find the wLED network. Yep. And connect to it. Great. And then it should just pop up. Great. And then I can just go to oh, you can't see that because sucks so bad when it does this. But anyways, you'll see that I can change the light colors, right? You can see, oh, you can't see that either. Oh my gosh. First day streaming. Sorry guys. First day. Okay. So that's working perfectly fine. I only have a couple of LEDs here, so it's not really very happy. Yeah. But it is working. Okay. Okay. Great. So you can do that you can leave it on there. Or if you really don't have a need for it, you can just pull off this part. You can just pull off that part, but then it leaves a lot of spikies. So if you're going to pull it off and have all those spikies, everybody probably doesn't have as much of this foam sitting around as I do, but I just would put something like that on there just to protect those spikies. Okay. But yeah, you can totally do that. You can totally use it that way. And then if you wanted to, we do have these. And I hate to say, oh yeah, you just got to buy more stuff. But that's right now kind of where we're at. I blame Corona. I blame the Ronavirus for screwing up the whole world. Because we'd have tons of these if it wasn't for that. Okay. What do you think? How about that? Ethernet on and switch to Wi-Fi. Yeah, you can do that. Just like John did. Job opening? For me? Hyperion is working and wLED is working, but HDMI interface is not sending to my new TV. But if it's plugged in the old one, it works. Very strange. So I think a Vortex is probably onto something. Linko Ping. I don't know HDMI 2.1, whatever, but it's possible that if you have a new TV and there's some kind of new format or new something for HDMI, and your splitter or your capture card that you're using with Hyperion is putting out an old signal that doesn't work because it's not HDMI 2.1, that could be it. Oh, you're in Harriman. How much do I have to pay for Z's to make a house call? I won't go make a house call, but you can come here. You can come to the house here. I'm making house calls. But Harriman's not too far, but yeah, I wish. How much you have to pay? One other question, you betcha. What is the pin number for output 4 on the Dig Quad? It's pin number 4, actually. In fact, it's on the quad itself. It is listed on the quad itself. Let us peruse. Sorry, I bumped in the microphone. Yep, there it is. See if we can get this thing to focus. Focus, focus, focus. Focus. Right there. It is pin number 4. I can't read it. Yeah, it says LED 1 is GPIO 16, LED 2 is GPIO 3, LED 3 is GPIO 1, and LED 4 is GPIO 4. And then it also tells you, because you do have extra pins over here available and stuff, there's some here and there's some over here. It does tell you what those are as well. So it gives you the pin out right here on the board. Quindor stuffed so much good information on the board. So it says Q1 is IO15, Q2 is 12, Q3 is IO2, Q4 is IO32, the button is IO0, and the temperature sensor is IO13. How about that? The temperature sensor, there's a temperature sensor right there. This one actually has one on it. And then the rest of those, like Q1, 3, whatever. So there's Q3 and 4 on this side, along with a 5 volt in the ground. And here's 5 volt ground, 3 volt, Q1 and Q2, and button. This one over here says button. And this is awesome, right? This is awesome. And so somebody was asking about version 3, the Dig Quad version 3. And I thought he put something on his on the website about the Dig Quad version 3, but one of the exciting things about the Dig Quad version 3 is, I think, part of the reasoning for the new version again is he's trying to get certified. He's trying to get it certified so that it would be available for like commercial use. Because right now, we are putting these up on our houses and it's fine and they're safe. And he's not making any, well, he made these changes. These are the big changes, like the visible changes. These input terminals are big screws for big wires, for big terminals coming in. But I think I don't know that he made too many other really important changes. I think it's just that. But in order to be certified in a lot of these different countries and stuff, you need to have, I'm sure the input terminals are probably part of that, but also a case. So it needs to have a box that it lives in. It can't just be open, or you can't just leave it up to the customer to put it in a box. The box has to be part of the certification, I guess. When setting up the Dig Uno V3, which port should the data wire go to? 1, 2, it should go to LED 1. It couldn't go to any of them. And what you would have to do is just change in the LED preferences. You change this pin to whatever one you want. So, but generally, if you're going to LED 1, output 1 here, you can make that 16. Okay. And if you made this pin, we can play with it and see if I'm right. But if you made this pin 3, then you would just have to connect to LED 2 on the board. This doesn't matter. This is just numbering the outputs. What matters is just you're telling wLED where to send the signal. And if you tell it to send the signal to pin 16, then you will connect it to screw terminal number 1, LED number 1. If you changed this to pin 4, then you would connect it to LED number 4 on the board. That's what I had as well, but it never worked. Must be pin 4. Oh. Pin 26. You thought pin 26 was working? Maybe it's an old one, Chris. Do you have an old one? Do you guys have, maybe you guys don't have the new version. Chris probably has an old one, unless it's the one is it the one I just gave you, Chris? What happened to the information about the 8266? Which part? Hass, which part? What do you want to know about the 8266? It's all still available. I'm happy to try and answer questions for you about 8266. All the new boards are all ESP32s now. The ESP32s are almost as cheap and significantly better performance. Time for a DIY version of the NanoLeaf lines. Perhaps you can make a new track that's inverted, having the LEDs facing the wall. You have the older one. That might be why. That might be why. Go to Quinn. If you go to Quinn LED here, if you go to the quads, digital LED controllers. There's so much information on this website. It is amazing. So if you go to the quad hardware guide, now he's going to show you, he has 2 or both. So pre-assembled version is now version 2. I'm just curious about the pinout. These are the items. Somewhere on here is going to be the pinout information. ¿Dónde está the pinout? Shipping links, different chips. Let me just do dig quad pinout. I bet you it changed. That's all. It probably just changed. And he's going to have 2 different pinout guides. Quinn LED Digital Board 2 has been released. Please go here for the pinout guide. Okay, so this one is the old one. And on the board, LED 4 used to be connected to 26. Sure enough. Sure enough. So if you have the old one, like Chris, it's 26. If you have a new one, then it's 4. If you go to the new pinout for the new version, then LED 4 is connected to GPIO 4. There you go. The lines cost, oh yeah, let's look at the NanoLeaf lines. I don't know what this is. Unless, is this the thing Paul Hibbert just did? Is that what they're calling the lines? NanoLeaf lines. Oh gosh, that's easy. Come on. Really? Oh, because they're plugging them in, they're making them. Oh, I see. Whoa. I mean, the graphics on the commercials are amazing. Okay, so I kind of like the concept. I like the concept. The ability to switch them in and out, to change them like that is pretty cool and not really something I'm going to DIY. You could get some pogo pins and copper, just line them up and 3D print something real precise. I'm not going to do that. But certainly just having the LED track offset off the wall is it, right? We can do that. That's what we were talking about. Remember we were talking about different ways to do different stuff with LEDs and different ways to present them? That's one right there. So let's say we'll do the track facing the wall. So the crown molding has been a thing for a while, right? And I know the girls in our house here, our little girls, they love their lights. They love their colored lights up around the ceiling. And Zoe wants to do that in the bathroom because she goes and takes a shower and puts the music on real loud. And so we're going to make it audio reactive. So we want it to, want the music to bounce and play and do cool stuff when she's in there. But maybe instead of putting up a bunch of crown molding, we could do this kind of thing. And we could put it so it would look like aluminum strip around the top. And if it's not Yeah, you could paint it or not paint it, but if it looks just like an aluminum strip around the top, and then when the lights come on, all right. What's a good distance? Does anybody have these? How far are they off the wall? What's a good distance? Maybe an inch, somewhere in there. Thank you, Home Ace. You are a star. Does anyone know how the nanolines manage to crisscross the data signal? You know, that's a good question. I'm trying to watch if it would stop flashing around so much. Huh. I see what you're saying. How do they manage to, how do you have the lines doing different things? Interesting. Not exactly sure. Track placing the wall, indirect light is very hip. Yeah, indirect light. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do indirect light. Similar to the zones, maybe. Maybe. I wonder how would it send? Oh, man. I'm betting it. So knowing NanoLeaf, they're probably making things pretty cheap, right? They're broken up into segments. So they probably have one main control box. And that main control box probably has separate segments. But when you get to another branch point, I'll bet that branch point can't assign new segments. That branch point can only repeat whatever is coming in and supposed to go out. So when they have the main part, and I wish if they would stop going so fast. So when they have the main part, the signal's got to come to the main hub piece like that. No, that doesn't look like it's doing that either. That one kind of does. I don't know. Link to the specs. For what? For this? You guys can check it out. Distance from the wall depends on how much light you want on the wall. Do you want a sharp edge or fading edge? Okay, good point. They have connected 5 different strips to one data line. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, Office Data. I'm thinking the same thing. I'm thinking that maybe the main hub has a different segment. So you could maybe have, one branch of information go this way, one branch go that way, and one branch go wherever, off that main hub. But once you get past that main hub and they have these other splitters, there's no way those splitters are sending a new signal that would be independent of the different branches at that point. Not knowing NanoLeaf, that would be too expensive if they found a way to figure it out. That would be like, you would run so many different data signals. And, you'd have at each branch point, you'd have to have a new live, unique data signal. Nah. Smart Home Solver reviews them and has some details on his YouTube. Oh, awesome, Mark. Yeah, I might check it out. How are you doing, by the way? It's $200. So I've got everything. I got everything to make that work. I've got, I certainly could connect it to an Uno or something, or a quad. You just connect it to an Uno and make two branches out of it just for kicksies. And then I've got channel and I've got strips. I think I've got strips. I should still have strips. I'll make this in December and share a link of the video. Awesome, Office Data. Love it. Thank you. That would be great. Each hub is its own controller. You think so, John? I guess it could be. Be simple, but looks complicated, yeah. I remember I had those like fake ones that I tore apart. Maybe Zoe wants to put those up on her wall too. We could try that. First buyer right here. Blade's here. Did someone say no dread? Somebody did say no dread earlier, Blade. What if you also do something with the wall, like very reflective patterns on a dark wall? On top of that, an indirect light. Ooh. Ooh. Very reflective patterns on a dark wall. Is there ways that you can hide like something like a so something what the holographic, something like paper or something thin, you know? Yeah, what if you could do something like this and shine some light on it? You can up to 18 with one controller. Yes, somebody said if this then that, and the reply would always be Node Red. That's true, Steve. That's exactly right. That is exactly right. So holographic vinyl. But something that looks white normally, you know, something that would look like the wall normally, and then would, you know, would glow all kinds of crazy. So it would look a little like steel or something like that on the wall. That might be cool. Did I ever get my play button? Yeah, I did, Michael. I did. It's right here. We opened it up last week. And we talked about getting another one. Getting another one to put up at the Hobbit house. Sticker lights? Sticker lights. What are sticker lights? Sticker lights. Prismatic stickers. Oh. Oh, is this is for DJs, huh? Logo design surfaces. DJ Kitty. Oh, that's cool. LEDs on your play button. Oh, yeah. Well, we should definitely have that. You know what I could do? It's like recessed. It's probably recessed enough because it's a mirror. We need a thin. We need pretty thin ones. But we could make it into an infinity mirror. That would be kind of cool. Thank you. Parchment paper is a decent diffuser. Yeah, somebody was talking about parchment paper is good. Wax paper. Even tissue is not bad, honestly, like paper towels. Holographic sticker paper. Yeah, it's just vinyl. Something like that. I wonder what that would look like. Oh, that's cool. Yeesh. What the heck's going on there? Okay, well, I like the indirect light idea. That's good. That's very good. So we're going to go with that. I'm definitely going to go with that. I like it. Max lines per 42 watt power supply, 18 lines. Did I like a hexagon pattern. Yeah, something like that. So, the mounting it. Of course, 3D printing is the way to go. What else could we do to mount it? I know the channeling typically has, it's got the little clamps, and I bet you could just turn those clamps around. It would probably work. But you might, so turn those clamps around, but maybe with just a little spacer, just a little something. Even just a few washers or something to just get it up off the wall a little bit would probably be pretty good. Wax tubing. PEX water tubing. Oh, that is a good idea too. PEX water tubing is pretty good. You just use the white. Do they shine through pretty good? Banggood has electroluminescent 12-volt tape. Really? Banggood has that? Well, then I should have some. Oh, I like my Banggood buddies, but it's getting a little old. Bring, bring, bring. Light Merlin is following. Let's do something fun. So I wonder what that... Oh, you know what? I've had some of this. Yeah, I've got some of this too, actually. I've got some of this too. It makes a crazy funny buzz. It makes a funny buzz sound. Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, Banggood did send me some of this a long time ago. Like, in fact, I think it was like 2 Halloweens ago. Or last Halloween, maybe. EL tape makes a whine sound. Yeah, it sure does. Sure does. Okay. Well, those are some good ideas. What else? Let's see. So I was doing, let's talk about the max, a question I get a lot. I get a lot of people asking what's the maximum number of pixels that you can put on a Dig Uno or Dig Quad or something. And I actually watched it was a lecture by, oh my gosh, what's his name? He's an Australian guy. I've actually had him on the show, I think, even. Genius of an X-Lights guy. Is flush a bad idea? You mean flush up against the wall? Maybe not. We should try it and see, huh? We should try it and see. Let's see. Man, oh man. Anyways, I can't remember his name. Sad. But anyways, the point of the lecture was all about like the details of the data signal that these LEDs are getting and how it's sent, how it's received, interpreted and such. And it was really good. And amazingly, it wasn't that hard to understand. It really was actually, and maybe it's because I've been playing with them for a while now, so I just sort of absorbed some of this. But it wasn't that hard to understand. One of the important things that came out of it is the reasoning behind. It was Keith. That's right. Thank you, John. Yes, it was Keith. That's right. The reasoning behind the maximum number of pixels that you can control is a timing thing. Each signal has to be, some fraction of a second, right? Some number of nanoseconds to send one LED its appropriate signal. It has to be certain duration in time. So there's only so much you can send in, say, if you want to do 20 cycles per second, right? So each LED is getting a new signal 20 times every second, which is pretty good for us for what we're doing. You may see a little choppiness in there, but probably not. Most of us can't distinguish enough. But if you want to get to about that level where you're sending a new signal to each LED about 20 times per second, then you end up with a maximum number of pixels that you can have and have that resolution or that frame rate, right? If you want higher frame rate, more cycles per second, more signals being, each LED getting its individual signal more often, so maybe 40 times per second or something, then that number of maximum LEDs shrinks even a little bit more. And if I recall, and this is probably written somewhere else, or you guys that probably have this on the tip of your tongue, it was something like if you're okay to go down to 20 frames per second, then you can have 1500 LEDs. If you wanted to be at 40 frames per second, then you're going to be more like 800 LEDs is your maximum. But the important part there is that is a per channel limit. So it's not the processor on the ESP32 that maxes out. It's just the time on the channel. So LED 1 can do 1500 pixels at 20 frames per second. LED 2, so the other GPIO pin, a different GPIO pin, can also do 1500 LEDs at 20 frames per second. LED 3 on a quad can do another 1500. So really on a quad, you can have 6,000 LEDs at 20 frames per second. That's crazy. 6,000 is crazy. Crazy. Most houses are going to be a few hundred. And sometimes I hear people that get up into the 1,000 or something like that around their house. Or if you're using strips, if you're doing strips and they're a lot more dense, a lot closer together, then yeah, sure, you could get a lot higher number of LEDs total. Does distance matter, having a long wire before the start? It matters only as far as the integrity of the signal. Yes, it matters, but it doesn't matter with the timing. It doesn't matter on the maximum number of LEDs. But that is a very good point. They're going to be quoting you on that, I know. I actually have, what time is it? Oh, we got time. I don't know, it might take me too long to set it all up, but I don't even know how many pixels there are. I just got a bunch. I was hoping for several thousand to be able to test this theory and see what it looks like when you do put 1,500 pixels on one channel and see what it looks like. I'm sure I have 1,500 in there in the box that I got, but I'm not exactly sure 100%. Yes, and what Blade is talking about is absolutely right. So to answer your question, Homeace, does the distance matter, having a long wire before the LED starts? Yes, it matters. And on the newer Unos and quads, if you get more than about 10 feet away from the controller, which is kind of close, unfortunately, then you may have some problem with the signal not being real crisp. That's what the data boosters are for. So that's an extra $5 thingy for the data boosters or whatever it is. And that's the solution for that. Or you can try and just separate out your wire. So you separate your data wire. So instead of having the data wire like this, where they're bundled together, pull them apart so the data wire is separate, or just run a whole separate wire for the data. And then you can probably go farther before you start running out of time. Mini WS2811s. Which one's that, Steve? So essentially, put the chip in the middle and double your length. Yeah, I guess so. If you're going to go in different directions. Oh, you mean the data booster? The data booster should be pretty good from wherever you put it. I usually have people put it right at the beginning, but yeah, you could put it in the middle. I can confirm 1200 work on a single channel. I ran my entire Megatree and star off one ES pixel stick. There you go. See, John's got it. John is there to confirm 1200 work on a single channel. Did you have any way to check what your frames per second was, John? Just curious. A lot of power injection, but it's possible, right? Which is the best to use, the Node MCU 8263 or D1 Mini? Oh, man. Can I say Dig Uno? Generation of tech. So the Node MCU 8266 and the D1 Mini are going to be the same thing. And they'll be fine if you're just doing a fairly small project. They really are fine. Except that they're kind of, the dependability, especially the D1 Minis. I'm pretty soured on the D1 Minis at this point, because they have a high failure rate. When we were putting D1 Minis on the Unos and quads, we had one batch where you buy hundreds of these D1 Minis from China, and like 20% of them were just failing. They just, some of them we got them, took them out of the bag, and you could hear the chip rattling, like it wasn't even soldered to the board. It was inside the little metal interference box or whatever, and it was just rattling. So The DrZz is an ESP32, but it is the ESP32 with sort of Quindor's custom arrangement of things. So the button and the all the other components are all his design and his specifications, and he's got people quality control checking them all. All right, so Good Enough's back just in time. It was 20 frames per second in X-Lights. Didn't notice any discernible frame rate issues. To be clear, I do not recommend this, just saying it's possible. So some of Nightbot's working. And John makes a great point that it's probably not like 1500 or 1200 even. I mean, that's a lot of lights. That's a lot of lights. And if you're going to try and run all that off one controller, power injection is going to be a big thing. It's going to be a big issue. Even if you do my kind of crummy rule of thumb and say, okay, each light is 0.2 amps. It's only 24? No. 1200 times 0.02. Yeah, it is only 24. Yeah. So it's 20 or 30 amps. I thought it would be more than that. What am I doing wrong? I feel like I'm doing the math wrong on that. So I thought I would need a lot more. Oh, ESP32 is definitely going to be faster. ESP32 has a better processor. I don't know the details of it, generation of tech, but yeah, ESP32 has a better processor. And with an ESP32, you have the ability to do things like multiple channels, the audio reactive thing. So, yeah, ESP32 adds quite a bit of functionality and not a lot of price. Yep. And that's why Quindor made the jump completely to ESP32s. And I think as far as smart switches and some of those things, it's probably the future as well. Yeah. Due to the price, yeah. Have they gotten any, I don't know if they're any cheaper. I mean, I don't know if you can get much cheaper than like $2. The 8266s or even the 32s now, they're just not that expensive. What did I miss? Can I start over? You're watching the chat. Oh, nice. So what was your call about, Sir Goodenough, if you can tell us? Are you doing some kind of charity work or something? It sounds fun. Sounds good. Making the world a better place. No surprise. All right. What else? We got some good ideas. So talking faces, clouds, the stairs, the glue sticks, under the cabinets, gauze torches, matrix, infinity mirrors, infinity cubes, LED. Oh, we got to do play button. Play button. Yeah, we got to do that. ESP32 on the DrZzs is far better than the 82 to 62. Yep, Nicholas has got it right. Sure is. Used to be cheaper, but they've leveled out now. If you can get them, that's the other big thing. Ooh, an LED lantern. I like that. Kind of like, this comes from like, I'm also thinking of like, what's the, BitLooney and his ping pong matrix, right? Ping pong ball matrix. Which reminds me, I have a matrix up here on my wall I never even use. I'm such a dope sometimes. This is cool. Recreational opportunities for adult muscular dystrophy. Oh, awesome. This is an annual week-long summer camps. Oh, fun, dude. Good for you. So this is so Sir Goodenough wasn't with us because he was on a call helping out this nonprofit. WALH. With a little help. Oh, dude, that's awesome. That is awesome. Good for you, man. Good for you. Switch to the ESP32 then. Yeah, I would. 1.95 each board. Any good ideas for forms? 3D printed core form. Some call it fun. Good ideas for forms? You're a board member? Oh, nice. Sorry about the yawning. Ideas for outdoor active landscape lighting. Can't seem to find any good ideas aside from gutting actual landscape lights and replacing the wiring with LEDs. Yeah, right? Thank you to whoever that was. And let's do this one we haven't done yet today. Andy, I know it is just replacing the wiring and the bulbs and stuff, but check out the dollar store for weird things. You know, my kids love going to the dollar store, and there's always weird things with crappy LEDs and solar panels in there. But sometimes the shape and the diffuser parts of them are kind of cool. Attractive landscape lighting. I know. I guess it depends what you think's attractive. Depends what you think's attractive. Indirect. I think we're on to something here when we get into the indirect lighting. Anything that's indirect these days is what's good, right? I guess for landscape lighting, I really like these. I think these need to be the go-to for a lot of things. I'm going to use wLED for under cabinet lighting. Just got my stuff to come in. Yes, Sam. Same supplier to some degree. I have 10 6812 strips where numerous LEDs have failed within 6 months. Eesh. I've had a lot of LEDs that have lasted a really long time. WS2811 floodlights, 10, 20, and 30 watt. What, I guess landscape lighting. So are you shining it on like the bushes and stuff? Do, 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 do. I'm definitely going to do this thing with the channeling, with the LED channeling, and facing it away. So they're not even the same. They're not even from the same distributor, huh? Sheesh. That's bad. How about a DIY version of the circular LED light shown by Paulus on Wednesday's release party? Oh, I didn't see it. Oh, what is it? Circular LED light? What is it? Driving the LEDs too hard, maybe. Also add a heat sink metal strip behind to save the LEDs. DM price for 32 hours. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, yeah. So ESP32 node MCUs, yeah. Yep. Color. Oh, it's not really color. It's how many. So 10 of them for 55. Not welded. These are welded. Already welded. Yeah. That'll work. This one was an external antenna. Oh, and a camera. Oh, so some of these are different. Oh, that's the ESP32 cam. That's the camera module that you can use with espHome. $10 for one. It's about, check the, yeah. Individual LED light bulbs that are addressable to revamp a huge chandelier. Oh, huge chandelier. So what, again, can I just say this? These are just so small and so easy. It's going to be hard to beat these, and they're not expensive either. I got mine from AliExpress. Can't remember what I call them. They're not pixie lights. No. Fairy lights? Yeah, something like this, but they gotta be the individually addressable types. Close. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. These are interesting. These are interesting. They look kind of like light brights. But just make sure that they are actually individually addressable, because they will certainly try and give you something that is not actually individually addressable if you don't read the directions very, very closely. So BTF does good stuff. I've had good luck with BTF lighting. In fact, maybe it's time to get back into a partnership with them, because I had started that process back before Corona, and part of my trip to China was going to be to go to their factory, and I wanted to basically have a bunch of their lights on my store, so that on DrZzs.com you could get BTF lights, because they were pretty good. Constant current. Oh, interesting. So that would be like the PoE stuff. Constant pressure is probably meant. They mean constant current. Lots of matrices. Yeah, I should probably partner up with these guys. But that's not getting me the string lights. Maybe they're not making them. Let's see. I got a part number on here somewhere. Where's my glasses? Doesn't have a part number on it. Dang it. I don't know where to find them now. That was a long time ago. It was a long time ago. Yeah, maybe I'm just spelling fairy wrong. How did you spell it? Somebody spelled it F-E-A-R, Fury, F-A-I-R-Y. That's what I would spell. Bring, bring, bring. Thank you very much, Talon. String party lights. See, that's not them. It's not them. Is it the store? Come on, man. Oh, you know what I could do? I'm a dummy. I just go back and look through my my orders. Maybe just in case it's gonna put my credit card number up here. I know, what fun is that, right? Hiding my credit card number. I thought we were all friends. Everybody thinks it froze. Nope, screen didn't freeze. It's just me. Not moving. Come on, man. Where are you at? These. Yes. Okay. Except I bought the ones that they don't have any. Do 5 meters from China, but no controller on them. You don't want the ones with the controller. So these all have a controller. You don't really need the controller. You just need these. So they're 10 centimeters apart. They're really tiny, 2 millimeter thing. Really tiny. They're really awesome. They actually really are pretty good. And they're pretty durable, and they're supposed to be, like I said, they're IP67. Share a link. Copy. Oh, good. And this is even affiliate automatic. How about that? Bang. Wi-Fi fairy lights finds a lot for me. Yeah, I probably should have just said Wi-Fi fairy lights. But I'm fading. BTF fairy lights are awesome. They only use 15 milliamps each, so they're perfect for phone charger projects. Used them a couple days ago in a candy glass lamp for my sister. Did Uno's available in the UK? They should be, yes. You can get them from, man, it's been so, we've opened so many of these since then. Go to wLED info, and then pre-assembled boards. And if you want Uno, go there. And if you are in the UK, you go right here. Okay. Fair. I don't know how to spell. Why do we spell things so weird? I've had good luck with the rope neon style for vehicle underglow trucks up really nicely. Oh, nice, Grant. Oh, hey, how you doing, man? How you doing? Did we get everything worked out for you? Oh, we had to send you a whole bunch of... had to do a lot of finagling, as I recall. Strips mounted around my deck are mounted to the bottom of the rail, creating a nice wall wash. Ooh, that is cool. Did you know we bought when you go? Oh, there you go. How about the individual LED light bulbs that are addressable to revamp each? Oh, yeah. So, you know what you could do to revamp your chandelier? Just this. Can you do that? Could you just use these? There'd be a lot of splicing and a lot of wiring, but you could just do that. String fairy lights seems to be the right search term. Well, I'm going to save this now forever and ever and ever. I mean, I guess I have it in my orders, but I want... Where's my favorites? Here we go. Oops, system error. Why can't I save my favorites? There we go. Continue shopping. I wonder what else they've got. Oh, that was not the favorites. That wasn't the one I wanted. No, that's not the one I wanted. Oh, man, I saved the wrong one to my favorites. Yeah. These are cool little bulbs, too. Oh, these nets. These nets? Yeah. So this is an interesting idea. But see, oh, be careful. Be careful. This is a trick. This is a trick. These are not individually addressable. Look at that. They are not. Those are always pink. Yep, those are always blue. Those are always yellow or whatever. Yeah. Fake news. Fake news. Don't buy that. I would really like to have, because I've looked at these before too, and I think these nets are pretty cool. But if they're not individually addressable, then what's the point? Oh, the permatrack issue? Haven't heard back? Oh dear. What was our issue? I've forgotten now. I know we were managing it, but geez. I'm getting salty. Am I? I'm getting tired. BTF ones did have option for the strip only. Maybe I just wasn't on the strip only. Yeah, those are cool. Anyways, that's what I got, and I like them, and I'm going to use them for lots of things. So I think we got a couple good project ideas. That was kind of my purpose today, was to get some new project ideas, and I'm happy with a few of these for sure. The indirect lighting, so taking the channeling and pointing it towards the wall to kind of get the effect of the nano lines. I think that's a good one. You could definitely do that. Yeah, you'll have to remind me, Grant. I'm not exactly sure what it was we were supposed to do. Were we supposed to send you something to China or to Canada? Like track? Yikes. All right. Well, I'm fading, fellas. We should probably start wrapping up. Let's answer a few more questions. Who else has questions, issues, things we can fix? A couple of questions in the questions channel. Let's check them out. Sorry, I was just like, you get to looking at the lights and they're like captivating. Sorry, I'm fading. All right. Live stream questions. There we go. Mr. Fixers, is there a way to, so what? I don't know what that was. IQI in ZA using Combi 2. Does anybody know what that is? Mr. Fixers. Link quality. When I used CC2531, it used to display in Lovelace. Now got a Combi 2 using ZHA. It's not there anymore. Link quality. I don't know what that is. Link quality indicators. Indication of the quality of the data packets received by the receiver. Huh. So you changed your Zigbee. You changed your Zigbee dongle. You were using the CC2531 and you used to get a link quality indicator, but with the Combi 2 you don't. I do not know. I do not know the answer to that. I am very sorry, but I don't. Does anybody? And then Blade asks, are you doing the 12 streams of Christmas? Yes, we absolutely are. We absolutely are. Hey, Brendan's here. How's it going? Packet in my hand. Only ID stickers with it printed on it. Oh, that's in fact, that's the same ones I have. Right there, right? Thanks everyone for the BTF lighting suggestions. Going to look into the 2D panels, RGB lights, etc. Good. Switch to Zigbee to MQTT, Andrew says. There you go. Try that. Try switching. Try instead of ZHA, try Zigbee to MQTT. Anyone having issues with the timed presets turning off before their designated times? No, but are you sure your clock is right in here? Did you set this? And maybe your longitude and latitude if you needed to. That might be another thing. That might, if you're using sunset and sunrise, maybe might need that. What's the difference between Zigbee to MQTT and ZHA? They're just different. They're just different integrations for Zigbee in Home Assistant. So there used to be, if you go to the Blackadder Zigbee thing. Database. So here he shows, I'm going to turn this off. I know it's going to blind us all, but I think it's a little easier to see. Oh, maybe it's not. Never mind. But what he shows here is the different devices and which ones are compatible with which Zigbee software, I guess. So Decons, Zigbee to MQTT, Tasmota, ZHA. So go by the symbols. And what you can see, the Tasmota one doesn't show up because it's so dark, but what you can see is that some of these things are compatible with some of the integrations and some are not. Right? This one is only compatible with ZHA. So And this is just one place where I know it shows some sort of a comparison. So when you're asking what the difference is kind of a little bit of how how the interface is on the user end, but also sometimes the compatibility. I found I was limited with ZHA, and I use Combi 2. Just got home from the pub after having a birthday meal for our daughter. Hope I haven't missed too much. Sounds good. I'm hungry. Happy birthday to your daughter, Tony. Thank you very much. Oh, the Zigbee. Oh, thank you, sir. Good enough. So there it is. So that's the main difference. What else? My announcement button's not working. Let's go in here. Let's see if we can fix something else. Let's do a one Home Assistant thing on our way out the door today. Because I should have media players for I want to make an announcement. Text to speech. Try. Let's see. Oh, text. This is showing in media players that are also Alexa. Interesting. Interesting. Huh, that worked.
It's time to sign off. It's time to sign off. It's time to sign off.
But what if I do it through Alexa? No worky. I can try everywhere. It's not going to work. Hi. You ready? Ready for sign off, baby? Yeah. Yeah, sure. So pretty. Look at these princesses and Dawson. All right. Bad stream host. Yeah, I am a bad stream host. Sorry. Nice to see you can install it. Yeah, it is better. All right. How do you want to sign off, girls?
I'm a bored dad.
And Dawson, how do you want to sign off? I'm tired, guys. I'm like fading bad right now. I'm sorry. I apologize for my lack of enthusiasm at the moment. Waiting to hear more about your idea. Which one, Home Ace? I forgot. I forgot. Anyways, that's why I better sign off. It's time to get out. Okay. What? My head's itchy. Okay, ready to go?
Yes.
All right, we're just going to do it. As always, thanks for watching. Till next time, adios. Oh, wait. Oh, to see your leaf lines idea. Yeah, we'll do it. Okay, guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for a good night. Sorry for my fading it into blackness here at the end. Have a great day. We'll see you next week live from the Hobbit Hole at Hobbit Hole time. So it'll be a different time than it is when I'm home. I can't remember what time that is, but we'll update the calendar. Won't we, Sir Goodenough?